They used to be the officers and the sergeants and the lieutenants and the corporals and the cadets. When they used to leave school, a lot of them used to join the services in them days, and they were trained in the protocol of army discipline and all that. They used to use us kids for gunfighter. See, and they just joined. A lot of those blokes become brigadiers and captains and majors in the army. They went to school, they went in the army. So, yeah, okay. But they marched around the parade ground every Monday afternoon, about 3 hours. Oh, march, rifle drill, everything. Anyway, so that's right. So when they brought in National Service at 51, see? And I said, there's no way I'm going to be in National Service. I'm not going to go in the army. So I joined. I had a friend of mine was in the Navy, and he taught me to join the Navy. I joined the Navy. See? Anyway, that was 51. But anyway, I did 6 years as a way for. Actually, I was on the water for 5.5 and 6 years. I wouldn't go ashore. I hated the bloody shore trip. I wanted to stay on the ships. So I stayed on the ships. Anyway, we're going up the bloody. They sent us up to Malaya during the emergency. I was an aircraft carrier, called the Sydney. And they sent us up there, Malaya, during the emergency. Oh, I got some photograph. I'll show you. I got something there to show photograph. Anyway, come home and leave. And before we went up, and the lady said to me, a lady came and saw me, and she said to me, she was very well to do in the church, high up in the church, in the Catholic church. She was a nice lady, and she was a solicitor's secretary. And she said, where are you going? I said, well, the ship's pulling in Singapore. We're going to refuel, replenish the ship, and go up to the port. And she said to me, I'm going to Singapore. Malaya. She's going to Singapore. Yeah. She cocked the ears up. She said, could you do me a favour? I said, what do you want? You got to do your favour. What do you want? I thought you might say, oh, you go up there in them places, them days, duty-free ports. You get shoes and towel, all that stuff, clothes, cheap. And she said, yeah, what do you want? She said, could you deliver a parcel to my nephew, who's a priest? And a priest up there. I said, oh, yeah, a parcel. She said, a parcel. Anyway, so I said, right. Now, look, I'll tell you, the ship's going to leave Brisbane. They'll be singling up the lines on the ship, and the tugs will come along at quarter to 8. I said, be there at 7:30 because I'll be waiting for you at the forward gangway, the trading gangway. I'll wait for you. You'll see me there waiting for you. Well, and you give this parcel to me but don't come later because I won't be able to get it off you. Anyway, so I'm waiting there at 7:30, the gangway, and the tugs come alongside, they single up the one, and they start to pull the gangway in. They're starting to pull the ship away from the wharf. She has not arrived yet. I'm standing there, all dressed up, and this officer said to me, and next thing, taxi cab pulls up on the wharf. The taxi cab pulls up on the wharf, and the taxi cab pulls up on the bloody wharf, and she arrives up with this bloody parcel. Oh, I've got to see this bloke now. Yeah. I'll take it off, will I? Yeah. G'day, mate. You arrived, have you? Arrived. What's going on? G'day. I said, and this officer said to me, young officer, he said to me, what's the matter, Abel? Said McConnell. I said, that bloody woman, I said. She's got the parcel. She wants to deliver it to her nephew who's a priest in Singapore. He's a Roman Catholic priest who lives in Singapore at the monastery up there. He said, and she's on the wharf. Now how can I get the thing? Yeah. And he said to me, oh, because he was a Catholic, he was officer. He said, oh, we'll get that. He said, we'll get that. Anyway, so there's some sailors still on the wharf, about 20 yards away now. The wharfs were. The ships were about in the middle. They got the line. They threw the line across. Right. He said, get that parcel and get that. So they put it in the middle and they paid it out, you know. Yeah. And they got on the ship anyway. We go to Singapore. I've got to put it in my locker. It's that heavy, I can hardly pick it up. It's only about that big, about a foot by a foot. A bit bigger than a foot by a foot. And when they have a locker on a ship to sail, they only need a locker. You have the bare essentials in life. If a locker's only about 2 foot wide, about 4 foot long, that's all it is. And you've got to put all your worldly possessions in there, everything. Well, I put this parcel. Anyway, I picked it up. I was working in an office, and office of the ship, and the bloke in the office said to me, they had a storeroom. He said, get your gear and take it out of your gear and put it in the storeroom, some of my own personal gear, and put the cake in your own office, because if anybody sees, well, so I dropped the bone then, that passed, they buy a picture. I said, okay, I'll go. I'll do that. We get to Singapore about 7-8 weeks later. We go, we did exercise and up on the coast there, and deliver this parcel. And anyway, I go to deliver this parcel, go to the dockyard gates, and the red caps there, the military police, English, because they had the trouble in Malaya, the terrorist campaign, all that stuff, people getting shot. Anyway, I said, where are you going, Silas? I said, we're going to deliver this parcel. He had the name and address, father, Peter Dobson's, care of the Sunset Monastery, Robinson Road. And I said, he said, you're not going up there. Well, I'm not going to carry this parcel. He said, you can't take that parcel up there. He said, you're not going up there. That's security, it's a danger, there's no security risk. He said, you can't go up there, it's out of bounds. I said, well, who's going to deliver this parcel? I'm not going to carry it with me. He said, well, wait a while, I'll get the duty, he had a duty jeep. Yeah. And I said, well, take up there and deliver it. I said, right. So we go to put up outside this place, there's a big high wall, gate, thick gate. Get in, knock, hit the buzzer. This bloke opens up and says, what do you want? What do you want? I said, I've got a parcel here for Father Dobson, lived from his auntie. He said, oh, he's not here. I said, he's up in Johor. I said, well, I'm here to drop this parcel off. I said, he said, well, I'm not going to take it with me. So I opened the door, this big door, let us in, locked behind us. The bloke in the jeep drove off. Anyway, we sat down there for a while, and in come the big part, the father in charge of the place. I said, what have you got there? He said, thanks very much. So he said, where are you going? We're going into the city. He said, so he got another car, security car, to take us in to Singapore. Anyway, so I got back at Christmas time. And you know what it was? Bloody Christmas cake. No. I don't know why it's so heavy. It was a Christmas cake. She goes, thanks to my Christmas cake to my nephew. I said, oh God. Yeah. And I got back, and then
8 weeks.
Oh, we were away for about 4 or 5 months.
And the Christmas cake?
Oh, the Christmas cake was in about 7 or 8 weeks in the locker, but it was locked up, sealed up. She had wrapped up in greaseproof paper and brown paper and everything. Oh, you know, that was I couldn't know where we were. Yeah. But anyway, but we come back home, and then I. A nice, got back just in time for the Olympic Games.
Yeah. What about the Centaur Memorial?
Yeah.
At Caloundra.
Over here. Yeah. That was built in 1967. I think it was 67. I think it was 67. But anyway, that was built by default, just out of nothing. Yeah. Because what happened, I was in the Rotary Club at the time, and they had a system. I was on the Community Service Club, section, where you nominated a project for the year. You know, you said community service, something like you might get the old age people's home. We'll go and get them a couple of sets of outdoor furniture to sit down on, or you know, give them something, raise money, and they even raise most money for the ambulance, all that there, and they'd allocate how much they're going to raise. Yeah. And what they do is they'd allocate how much they're going to raise, and they'd work it out, and what they'd say, we're going to raise, say, $2,000. Yeah. And when the year finishes, you had to spend that money. You're not allowed to leave any in the account. The next mob got to come in, do their own thing. Anyway, I got the buddy. Look at the milk there, yeah, milk. Look. Anyway, it come to pass in 19 Yeah. Yeah, 67 it was, see?
Can you see that? Do you want a better light?
No, I can see that.
Where's that nice photo of you in the Navy and Dominic wears that hat today on Anzac Day?
Over there on the cash register.
Where
Oh,
Jim
yeah.
On the cash register.
No, with you wearing it. White Navy.
Me when I was Sarah. You got a whole packet full of them there. Gave me one. I was going, well, no, what could I do? You got it? Well, then, anyway, come to pass that we had about $150 left in the kitty bank, and the president was Benny Bennett. He was all the something up there. He was that Benny Bennett Park. He had the piece. He was a Rotary governor. He was Benny Bennett. He said, "You got to spend it." And I said, "Say, anyway, it's all right. What are we going to do with it?" He said, "Oh," I said, "Right." I said, "Well, we'll build a park. We spend all you do. It was only an excuse to go together for an afternoon, go out there. All it used to be, they used to call it fellowship. Go there for an afternoon over the back blocks over here, and get all your mowers and go there and cut the grass and go to the pub and drink after. That's all. We'll have a few drinks. That's all. That's it. That's one. Yeah, that's one there."
And Dominic wears that little hat today. That's him marching in the...
Oh, I got one here.
Little Dom.
Yeah. First year he marched. You got it?
No, he's got a baby there.
What about the other photos around it?
Well, that bloke was a merchant mariner, sunk 2 times through the war, he survived, and that's his wife. And that's his wife. They're glad he's dead. They're all dead now. They mum. Yeah. Anyway, I tell you a story. So, you got to spend the money. I said, righto. So build a park. You go. Yeah. So, all right. So we're over there. He said, look, pick a site. He was on the council too. He said, pick a site in Cloundra where you're going to build. Go around the headland there somewhere and pick a site, he said. Don't worry about it. Just pick a nice site there. Cut around the headland. Just write a letter. Next week it'll be at the meeting. Give me the letter. I'll put it next to the council. It'll be right. Just go and do it.
Yeah.
Clean up. We'll see. We're going to clean up council bloody property. See?
Yeah.
That's all about it. Anyway.
Yeah.
So we go around there to pick the site around where the park is now. Yeah. And we looked at it. It's about that. The grass about that high. Oh, thick stuff.
Yeah.
And he said, do it. Come. Well, next Saturday afternoon we'll meet at 1 o'clock. Shops just closed at 11:30, 12 o'clock. Go over there and we'll get into it. They come over with the mowers. About 10 of us come with mowers and rakes and the cats on. Next thing, we're going into it. We hear bang, ding, dong. Look, the grass is, there's angle iron and barbed wire, and barbed wire left over in the Second World War in the grass, still there in 1967. Anyway, we had a couple of blokes, Test Brothers. They had the hardware store, my tenant in here. And they were there, come over there, and they went back and got some blades from the shop. We cleaned all our cut, all our kit. And as we're going along, I'm going along backwards and forwards the mower like that. We got down a bit and cleaned all the rubbish out. And this bloke come in, he was a bank manager. He was a secretary treasurer of the club. Yeah. And his name was, actually a big, tall, good-looking sort of stout man. His name was Les Haig. He was a big tall bloke. He was a naval commando during the war. Big. Says him. He says, "Come along, just to pay us a courtesy visit, you know." Smoking his pipe, and he says, "I'm going down, sweating away." He says he's standing there, but puffing away. I'm going back. He said, how you going, Les? It's good, man. He said, what are you going to... He said, you're doing a good job. But yeah, I know that. He said, what are you going to... He said, you're going to give the name of the park any sort of a name? I said, oh, I don't know. He said, so I'm going backwards and forwards, man. Next I come back, I said, well, the Centaur got sunk out there. I said to myself, 43, the hospital. We'll call it Centaur Park. So I go back and said, hey, Les. He said, we'll call it Centaur Park. He said, that's very appropriate. he said, you'll have to write to Canberra and check it out all out and write the right authorities to get the right protocol, the appropriate authorities to get permission to do that. Yeah. I said, you're saying this, mate, this point. I said, I'm going, you do it. He said, all right, I'll do that. So I got all the word back from Canberra. He wrote a letter back, there'll be only 2 please. Blah, blah, blah. So that's it. Then we had $160 in the kitty bank, see? And how are we going to build this park, see? Anyway, he said, put a moil up. So we had one other bloke named Jack Mays. He's dead now, poor old Jack. He was a builder and a carpenter. He put the slab down. All reject blocks he used. And he put the wall up to put the memorial thing on. And another bloke there by the name of Wally Rattray. He was Donny Numquam's father-in-law. He used to work around the cemetery and do all the headstones around the cemetery. See, he said he's a nice bloke. He said, Manny, he said, I'll put the headstone and do it all up for you. Did the anchor and all that up there and put the headstone. I'll do that for you. He said, I said, what do you want for do that? I said, Neville, Wally. He said, a couple of bottles of Gold Top. Gold Top was Bulimba Gold Top beer. Brisbane's Gold Top. I said, yeah. I said, righto. So I went over to the pub straight away. I got him up. I told Paddy Stewart, he's a Rotarian, he's working at the pub. Good bloke, Paddy. But he's all give me his half. He's giving him mates. So we got that thing built for $160 and 6 bottles of Gold Top beer, and all the work. And that was the day they officially handed it over to the council. They officially handed over the council that day. All the blokes there lined up there and they handed it over.
Cool.
Did you get it? All those blokes on there are all dead. He's dead. That's Johnny Neal. That's his father-in-law. He's dead. 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 Those two. 1, 2, 2 alive. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are only 6 that are still living. There's this thing there, see? He won't have to do the anchor there, Oh, that's on there, there. And that's how that got built. That's 6 bottles of Gold Top beer and $160. I think bargain, right? Yeah. And that was it. And they had the opening ceremony. They had the Queensland Premier unveiled it. The Premier of Queensland, Sir Francis Nicklin, and they had one of them original survivors was on it. Dr. Outridge from Gympie, he turned up for this thing he did now. He turned up, and the Reverend Alcorn, who was a naval chaplain for Brisbane, he dedicated it all. So, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now what else is to talk about? Buddy. My first sea draft.